Do I smell bacon?
And eggs and coffee and toast.
Oh, well, I don't know if I should thank you or bust you. You have to stop making me breakfast.
But I thought you loved my cooking.
But yeah, I do. I also like having you here, okay? So you don't have to keep waiting on me.
I know, but I probably wouldn't bother with the bacon if it were just me, and you give me a good excuse.
Well, thank you. I wish I could sit down and eat with you, but I gotta meet with AJ. Talk about ELQ.
Okay, wait, but before you leave, there's something you need to know.
Well, you sure this can't wait? I mean, age will only take like a couple hours.
No. It's really waited long enough, and I think you should sit down.
Okay. Sounds serious.
Well, I wanted to tell you about it the other night at the hospital, but then AJ interrupted, and ever since then, it hasn't felt like the right time.
Okay, so tell me.
It's about what we saw when we walked into the gym.
My dad beating up AJ? Yeah. I'm sorry, that must have been pretty hard for you to see.
Yeah, no, it was awful, but that's not what I'm trying to talk to you about.
It's pretty bad. My dad loses it like that.
AJ knows that Sonny has a temper, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not the first time my dad's been after him. It's just the first time I've seen it.
Okay, so AJ would know which buttons to push in order to set Sonny off.
Yeah, probably. What are you trying to say?
I think that AJ goaded your dad into beating him.
Why would he do that?
Because he knew you were going to walk in and see it.
Isn't that your book?
How could AJ know that I was coming to the gym?
Because he read the text that you sent your dad.
How could you possibly know that?
While you were at the police station, AJ asked me to run back to the gym to get his jacket. I found it on the bench, and sitting right next to his jacket was Sonny's cell phone with your text open on the screen.
Okay, then my dad must have seen it too.
No, because your dad had already gotten into the ring way before that. He had been sparring with Sean for a while before AJ even got there, so he couldn't have seen the text message. And then AJ comes in, sits down on that bench right next to the cell phone, and reads your message.
So what exactly are you trying to say?
What we do know is that AJ went to the gym to talk to your dad. They agreed to spar. AJ sat on a bench that was right next to Sonny's cell phone and saw the message. Michael, he knew that you were coming, and Sonny didn't.
Okay, I still don't see why you think AJ is in the wrong here.
You know, I mean, Sonny shouldn't have started beating on him. He should have been able to control himself, but I think that's exactly what AJ wanted to happen.
Okay, so what? AJ sees my message. He knows I'm coming over and somehow takes advantage of the situation.
AJ goaded your father into beating him so that you would walk in on a violent situation, which would validate everything that he has told you about Sonny. The meat hook, the threats, everything. Michael, AJ is trying to drive a wedge between you and Sonny.
Okay, you know for a fact that AJ saw my message.
Well, Sonny's phone was sitting right next to his jacket. He had to have seen it.
That's not proof.
AJ knows that Sonny is an experienced fighter, right? So why would he go to the gym saying that he wanted peace, agree to spar with Sonny, and then start baiting him?
Okay, so...
Unless he had a reason, right?
So AJ, he sees my text message, and in 10 seconds, he comes up with a strategy to turn me against my father. That's a hell of a leap, Starr.
Look, I know it may seem that way, but if you consider AJ's motives, it makes sense.
I'm just starting to get to know my biological father. Now you're telling me he's a snake?
No, I'm not. No, what I'm telling you is that your fathers are fighting over you, and I don't want you to get caught in the crossfire.
I can't live like that. I don't mean to sound harsh, but I think you've gotten so used to dealing with your father's lies that you see the worst in people.
Okay, you're right. Yes, growing up the way that I did, I learned that desperate people do desperate things. That's why I'm not trying.
Not everybody reacts.
Michael,
like
I'm just asking you to question what's going on. Judging by what's happened in the past, when Sonny or AJ get cornered or questioned or desperate, you know that they're not above using sketchy tactics, Michael. And I care about you. I don't want to see you getting hurt.
So, basically, you're saying that AJ will lie to me and manipulate me and that he can't be trusted. You sound just like my father. Wait, have you been talking to Sonny? Did he put you up to this?
I don't know about you, Sean, but that...
My dad must have been at the gym when you went to go get AJ's jacket.
I didn't talk to Sonny. He was talking to Connie.
What do you mean? Is she okay?
I don't know. They were just talking.
Okay, no, my dad mentioned to you anything about AJ, saying like I would be better off without him in my
Michael,
life.
I didn't talk to Sonny about AJ. I barely talked to Sonny. This is about me. I am worried about you. I'm not trying to influence you one way or the other. I'm sure that AJ has good points just like Sonny does.
Would you think that AJ set up that fight?
I didn't want you to be blindsided. Would you rather me not tell you about the text? We promised each other that we would be open.
Yeah.
And tell each other everything, right?
Yes, we did, and you're right, and I'm glad you told me. Just I'm sick of this.
I know you just wish that everyone could get along. I get it. Family is tough sometimes. I care about you, Michael. That's the only reason why I told you about that text.
No, I'm sorry. I went off on you.
It's okay. I mean, going off would be screaming and slamming doors. It was just a gentle disagreement.
I jumped defensive, okay, and it's not fair. It's just been a really weird day for me, you know. So, this is the anniversary when Abby died.
Michael, why didn't you tell me?
I don't know, I didn't want to dump it on you.
But you were so great about calling Hope. You have no idea how much that meant to me, how much that helped me, and I want to be there for you if you want to talk, ever.
Abby helped me through a really hard time in my life. She helped me get through some pretty bad stuff. Not sure I would have made it otherwise. I miss her.
I know.
And now with Jason gone, I'm really glad you're in my life.
You think I'd shoot you? Lift a finger.
Hey.
Hey.
Good, you're here. You ready to plot the takeover of VLQ?
Not yet. Look, I need to ask you something.
Yeah, sure. Ask away.
The other day at the gym, did you set my dad up?
Michael's girlfriend, Abby, died a year ago today. You know, they say it gets easier as time goes on. And it does, in a way. Your life moves on and you find things to care about. You never stop missing the people that you lost. I'll never stop missing you. Johnny? What are you doing here?
On the next General Hospital.
You're not gonna believe what this son of a bitch AJ did now.
Did you essentially goad my dad into beating you up?
What's going on? Johnny's not gonna admit he did anything to Starr. He didn't have the cojones.
There's something I gotta tell you.
You're about to turn yourself in for murder. What could be more important?